Suzanne Franco Land with SuzanneFranco.com, and I wanted to do a quick video for you on how I would attack building my Twitter following for a niche, one of my niches for a niche store or a niche site. I already started doing this when it dawned on me that I should just go ahead and video this for you guys, so I got started already. And in fact, this video is not going to be, your basic how to set up a Twitter account. I can do a video like that if I get enough requests for it, but for now I'm going to assume that you know how to go in here and just, it'll say, sign up and get the basics in there into your account. I will touch on quickly though, since I'm going to be hitting up people to follow me. The basics is I would make sure you go here to settings, at least at the very least, change the background here and add a picture. Okay? I personally would try and use some kind of a username that's going to reflect the niche and what you're doing so that when people see it right away. And I personally, instead of using my real name where it asks for first and last name, I used the Discount Wakeboard, the name of the site. Use your URL so it goes back to your site, and then go ahead and give a little pitch of what your site's all about in the bio. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this is there are tools you can go do to look for targeted followers for your niche sites, okay? And the first one we're going to go take a look at right now, and I've already done this a little bit because, like I said, it didn't dawn on me right away, is this Twello, TWELLOW.com, Twello.com. And you can see in here I've put wakeboard and then search, and what it's going to do is it's bringing me back 118 matches, and Twello searches the profile words on Twitter, not to be mistaken for the tweets, the messages themselves. But what people filled in their actual profile, if they put the word wakeboard in there, it's bringing me back 118 matches. Now it's listing them in order of number of followers, so the people with the most followers on down. Now I've already done the first few of these, but let me show you how this works. Okay, I can see I left off at Wakeboard News. So TC Wake, it's telling me on Twitter. So if I click on this, it's going to open up their profile, and I can read and make sure, yes, this is indeed about wakeboarding. Looks like something that, they'd want to follow me or I'd follow them back. As long as it's wakeboard related, I'm going to go ahead and do that. If there's no reason on Twello, it should be a pretty exact match, because there's no reason for them to put that in their actual profile if they're not actually interested in wakeboarding. So that's how Twello works, and I'm going to tell you right now, I personally will not go to all 118 of these, because let me bring up something quickly. You want to be really, really careful on Twitter how many people you follow versus how many are following you, and you want to try and keep these numbers as close as possible. Okay? And sometimes it'll take people a while to follow back. Now if you're in an internet marketing niche, they're usually online, they use Twitter quite a bit, you'll probably get followed back quicker and a higher ratio, because we use this to build our business. Now in a niche like this, I'm not sure. Let's find out down the road. But again, you don't want to blow this up. I see people who go bam, 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 they want to follow 600-700 people when no one's following them back, and you're going to get shut down by Twitter because they consider that spamming and they're going to get rid of you. Okay? So don't go following too many people. In fact, for me, I probably wouldn't go higher with this type of a niche than maybe 30, 40, 50 at the most, until I start getting this following up closer. Now in a different video, I can show you how to go in and weed out the people who don't follow you back, excuse me, so that you can keep this ratio where you want it. But for now, we're going to move on, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the other tool, and that's Twitter search. And see, I just put it up here in Google, Twitter search, and then you go in, and I'm going to put wakeboard and hit search. Now this is what I was talking about earlier. This is actually going to bring back people who are actually mentioning it. I'm happy, get to wakeboard tomorrow for the first time in forever. Okay, T-minus 2 hours, can't wait to go wakeboard. Okay, wakeboard. And so these are people that, again, I think have an interest in wakeboarding. I tell baby girl time she can wakeboard behind dad's bass boat. Okay, they may or may not be interested, but again, now there's some tools that can automate this process that are out there. I'm not going to get into them on this particular video, and for some niches they would work and some they wouldn't. I know for me, if I were to go make a tweet about going to a baseball game, it's not uncommon to get some baseball related follow within seconds, because there are some automated tools that will do that. I think wakeboard's pretty right on. I don't think it would miss too many times, but if I were talking about a garden, every time someone said, hey, I walked through the garden, and it sent them a you know, something, or even baseball, like I said. I could just be saying I'm going to a baseball game, or I have my destination wedding site. If I set that to automate to anyone who mentioned wedding, that would be a mistake, because every time someone said, hey, I went to my cousin's wedding, they don't want to get a follow from a destination wedding site. Do you understand? Okay, so some niches you're going to have to just go in by hand, but I still think it's worth it. And again, you're going to get a certain percentage who you follow who are going to follow you back, so it's worth your time and energy if you really want to build up a niche following. Some of these guys are saying they're making about $1 per month per follower on Twitter if they monetize it correctly, which is a whole nother video. But let's put it this way. Let's go back and see what I've done, because that'll show you my method. I forgot to bring up something very important. Now, for me personally, I won't follow anyone who follows me and they have no tweets. Okay? So if you go make a brand new account and you haven't posted anything, how do I know what you're going to tweet about? Okay? I don't. So for me personally, I'm very busy. I'm not going to waste my time being bombarded by someone who just wants to sell to me all day long. I'm not interested. So you can put quotes up. You can do something interesting about your market. And let's see where I started. A great place to start, guys, is YouTube. I went straight to YouTube, looked for a good wakeboarding video, and said, hey, great wakeboarding video. Well, they're passionate about wakeboarding. There's a good chance they'll think that was valuable and they'll actually click on it. Now, the second thing I did, and I want you to notice, is as I went to start following these people who I have followed so far, I looked down there, and if they had anything worth, you know, towards the top, retweeting, I retweeted that. Retweet at, and if you don't know how to do any of this, then that's going to be a whole nother video on how to actually use Twitter, and I can get to that again. Leave comments and let me know if this is basic stuff you guys need me to teach you. I'm happy to do the video. For now, this is a little more advanced, but since I was working on it, I really wanted to get this out. So then I said, hey, where do all your Twitter borders ride? Just trying to be fun, open up conversation, see if anyone will interact with me. And again, as I went to this girl, she was talking about who took, you know, this contest. So again, you can see I'm retweeting. Now again, if you got a request from me and you were a wakeboarder and you came back and said, wow, she's already retweeting some of my stuff, hopefully you'd think I'm a good member of the community and probably a good person to follow. And you can see that, again, no sales messages here, guys. If you're going to sell on Twitter, it should be 1 out of every 20 or 30 messages, one, you know, something like that. Twitter, I love how Perry Belcher puts it, don't be the asshole at the party. Okay, you wouldn't walk into a party and someone says, hey, what do you do? And you go, hey, check it out, here's my Amway, blah, blah, blah. No. We're not on Twitter to be in somebody's face selling all day. You can do that subtly through your blog posts or other ways, but we're not going to do that here, okay? You've set up here, I'm a business, I've already put my link, I'm telling them I'll help them look. But over here, let's keep this fun, you know, or helpful. Retweet for people or give them something good about their niche or their passion, which would be the wakeboarding, okay? So there you go. If you don't ever know what to tweet about, go find some of your followers and retweet something of value, and then you're being a good member of Twitter. Okay, so it's all about passing of good information. And again, use these two tools, Twitter search and Twello. And remember, Twello is for the profile, Twitter search is for the actual tweets. Look for your niche and see how you do. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and then I'm going to go in and follow my, 10, 20, 30 people throughout the night. I'm going to keep refreshing to see if others are following me back. And again, in this niche, I don't expect it to happen quite as quickly as, say, something internet marketing related, but I think it should still do okay. All right, if you're not on the blog and you're watching this on YouTube or one of the other video sharing sites, I hope you'll come over and see what we've got going, SuzanneFranco.com. And if you are on the blog, go ahead, you know what to do. Leave me some comments below, let me know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, questions you have, and let me help you out. I'm going to sign off. I'll talk to you later on, guys. Suzanne Franco Land, that's my new name, on SuzanneFranco.com.